Look where is me. Hello, so welcome back to the channel, wonderful and also the not so wonderful people. We are going to do a bit of a prep update. I'm going to put some training footage into this one, not sure which session. Basically the way I want to do these now to keep things more consistent, taking Dara Mac's idea, and I'm going to do a weekly vlog but not do them all in one day, so just give you more of a recurrent insight into how prep is going. Today is Monday the 29th, so we are just under 14 weeks out from the first show, which is very exciting, especially considering visuals this morning. So check-in day is tomorrow, but I went up to Ross's this morning. The lads usually check in there, better lighting, and very fucking happy with pictures. I know everything's been going really smooth. Zach's been giving me regular, semi-regular refeeds, high days, because obviously weight's been dropping pretty damn quick, and we just want to make sure that we can still maximize that we can still maximize performance and recovery, not dig too much of a hole too soon. Obviously, if you're in a position where you are behind on condition, you don't have that luxury. Luckily, obviously it's not luckily because it's just from a well-managed off-season, but we're in a position where we can. So body fat is low enough for this point in time. We get to do this. So again, take your fucking off-season seriously and make some improvements. Don't be a fat shit. But yeah, we're going to put some training footage in. I'm also going to show people how to cook chicken, which shouldn't really be a new thing or like much value in the fitness industry, but a lot of people don't know how to do it, and they're just making their diet more difficult than it needs to be. So yeah, we're going to take you through everything. I'm going to put some visuals up here from this morning to show you what I was talking about, why I was pretty fucking happy, and maybe do a bit of a comparison or off-season recap. But yeah, we'll have a few bits in this episode. Stay tuned. So, making your diet less shit 101. Chicken breast is going to be in most people's meal plan if they're following some form of bodybuilding approach. Makes sense, lean protein. Make it fucking enjoyable if you're going to be having it 2, 3, 4 times a day. So what I do, and thus what you should probably be doing as well, is doing it as such. So I'll buy a 2 kilo pack, and that serves me for 11 portions. Mine are 180 gram portions. So again, if you don't know, if you're buying 1.5 kilos, whatever it is, put in the total weight in grams and then divide it by whatever your serving size is. So if my serving sizes were 166 grams, I believe that would give me 12 portions. If you're doing 200 gram portions, 2 kilo is going to be 10 portions. Pretty straightforward, do the maths. So when it comes to actually cooking it, get yourself a big bacon tray. Start off by preheating the oven. And what you're going to do is dump all your chicken breast out onto the tray. Put the fat end at the side. The sides do cook quicker, okay? So if you have the thick bit in the middle, there's a higher likelihood of that being undercooked. So put the thin bits in the middle so that they're kind of facing each other like that. Cool. Okay. Next, just slice each of them a little bit. Again, going to help it cook more evenly. You don't want to have to burn a lot of it, just so that the middle of it isn't raw. Next part is pretty much up to you. Next part now is pretty much up to you. So however you want to season it. My go-to is usually a bit of lemon juice, and I usually go with jerk, but I'm just out, so I've got a blackened Cajun. So lemon juice across the top. And then, again, making sure that it's all cooked without having to burn bits off every end of it. Tin foil, cover the edges, and whack it in. I usually go about 35 minutes. I'll take it out, I'll check it. If it's still not fully cooked, put it back in. Don't give yourself the shits. And we will reconvene after, because it gets better. More tips coming. Yes people, so here we are, 35 minutes in, tin foil off. They're all cooked perfectly. If you're not sure, press it down. If it goes down much, it's probably still a little bit soft in the middle. You will see some water on the end of it, not a big deal. So there's 2 ways you can go about this. Taking this from Joe, you can either go at it with 2 forks, start pulling it apart, and try not to burn the fuck out of yourself, but it's really awkward with the forks. Or what I do is I'll let it cool. When it comes down to room temperature, then I'll just wash my hands, break it up, and then wash it off again. But more importantly is, we know what our raw weight portions are. Now that we have the cooked weight, we need to find out how much that is. So I'll get a big mixing bowl, put that on the scale, set it to 0, and then we'll weigh out the cooked weight, because obviously you can see a lot of water on the end of it means it's going to be less than 2 kilos because the water that's came off it. So we know that we've 11 portions in this, which was raw weight. Find out what the cooked weight is. So 2 kilos raw weight is giving us 1670 cooked weight. So we get the calculator out. We know that that was 11 portions, so do 1670 divided by 11, 151. So each cooked weight portion, that was 180 grams raw weight, so it'll give us 151.8 cooked weight. So once we break that up, each portion then 152 grams, easy as it can be. So yes, that is how to cook chicken. Absolutely revolutionary stuff. And I did forget entirely about this whole thing of giving more recurring real-time information and feedback into the week. A full week has passed. It is now the following Tuesday. So brief update and recap on the week itself. Very fucking smooth. New low on Friday, which was 108.3, so 11 kilos off in about 7 weeks. As I mentioned from the start, I believe in one of my YouTube videos. Obviously I give more regular updates on Instagram, so if you're not already, follow me there. But yeah, 108.3, 11 kilos off in about 7 weeks. It makes sense for us to go a little bit more aggressive earlier on. We did that on the lower drugs, and now the drugs have been accumulating over the last few weeks. We're now at like a moderate-ish dosage, so we'll probably see a bit of a recomp from here. So we're kind of holding around the 108, 109 mark. We had that high day on Saturday, which was moved up to 600 carb. Usually my training days are 480, so it was a nice extra 120 there, an extra 20 grams of fats I believe as well. Obviously a little bit of push up in weight there, but we've came back down now. I think this morning was 108.9, so still a little bit above my my lowest. No, 108.8, still a little bit above my lowest, but obviously a lot fuller from that additional food. So that's how we're going to run things. I did get some clips from my session today, which was hamstring and pull. Again, very good session. There hasn't really been any major issues, a few little niggles. Got some physio done during the week, so that did loosen things up. But yeah, got some clips from training, got some posing post workout. I have some like offset clips from my fasted check-in this morning, which weren't great, but very happy with the post workout shots. It is like night and day difference, so it's important for yourself to kind of look at both sides, especially when you do start to run a little bit more flat, that you're not being overly negative with that flatter look, and actually acknowledge when you do look good as well post workout. So obviously don't compare the two of them directly. Don't compare your flat watery look, whatever, to when you have a good bit of blood flow after like a push session in particular. But yeah, today was Hams and Pull. I think I'm going to wrap it up, start edits here. Don't want the video to be too long, so we'll put this in, put some training clips in afterwards, and then we will wrap it up there. Hopefully more regular updates this time, and I'll give you more updates. We'll probably see things at around 11 weeks out. As I said, things are starting to cook up very nicely. No other adjustments have been needed. Still 25 minutes cardio daily, still 40 micrograms of clen, still no T3. Things are moving nicely, so a lot of tools still to use, and I'm getting excited. So thanks for watching, guys. Peace out. So one thing I find myself saying to clients relatively regularly is treating your sets of adductors just like a leg press, just like a hack squat, just like anything else in terms of intensity, but also range of motion here. I think we should push that a little bit more. Typically I'll hear people saying to just stay within your active range, what you can get into comfortably. As you're about to see, this isn't comfortable to get into. Especially if you do have hip issues, you need to expose yourself to those ranges where you are weaker. So going through this in a setup that's slightly outside of your active range and getting stronger there, okay? If you're just staying and training where you are comfortable, that's going to get stronger, and by proxy everything else is going to get weaker, so you're actually going to be more susceptible to injury in those lengthened ranges. So I do set this up like one setting outside of what I can kind of get into by myself, use some hands and some assistance, and then during the set you'll see that the weight is going to help pull me into that position. It's a struggle, but it's worth it. by no means saying that is as much range of motion as possible. I know I'm very limited in my hip mobility, but that is an improvement of how things have been. That also translates to an improvement in my adductors. Again, still not a strong point, still potentially a weak point, but they have improved by doing this kind of stuff. Expose yourself to things that are uncomfortable. Take that on board pretty much across the board within your training.